Lander here, CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller. Welcome to our Make Money Monday. I am live every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, to share a money-making tip to help you grow your direct sales biz faster. So happy you're here because today we're talking a little bit about the fourth quarter. Believe it or not, it's just a few days away. So as you're popping in, say hello. Let me know your business and let me know who's joining us today. We should be live over in all the places. We're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, Facebook. And if you're joining us over on Facebook, I'm also going to share this inside our two groups. We have our Modern Direct Seller Academy, our paid membership group, incredible people hanging out over there. Our pro and VIP members just spent Friday with me working on our Q4 plans in our virtual retreat. It was a total blast. I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in a quick second. And then I'm also going to share this inside our Modern Direct Seller Tribe group, your spot to grow your direct sales biz. Totally free group, posting content in there all the time. I think there's like 13,000 of you hanging out there. So we are excited to see you today and excited to talk a little bit about the fourth quarter. I got to say, we got Pampered Chef in the house. I love it. Got to say that the fourth quarter is kind of the best quarter. Are you guys with me in that? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear if out of all of the quarters out of the year, is the fourth quarter the strongest retail sales quarter for you? For most, it is. I know even in our business, our fourth quarter is typically really strong and there's lots of momentum and excitement as we approach the holidays. We got Diana and Senegence in the house. Good morning. Good to see you guys. And I got to say that fourth quarter is also crazy. It is also the craziest time of the year. While it might be the most profitable for many, it's also kind of the wildest, right? Like I look at the fourth quarter and just on a personal note, my son's birthday is on Thanksgiving. Yeah, born on Thanksgiving, little turkey. And then my daughter is the day after Christmas. So not to mention we have holidays in there and vacation time and school breaks and all of the things happening. But we also have birthdays and just a lot going on, right? I feel like holiday parties and shopping and all the extra things that get layered in the fourth quarter. If you have littles, there's school performances, there's theme days, there's pajama, there's all the things, right? So fourth quarter is always a little bit crazy town, which requires a really great plan. And I gotta give a shout out to Pampered Chef because you guys are dominating the chat today. Somebody must have clicked the share button and told all of their Pampered Chef buddies to come join us today because I see all of you hanging out with me over on Facebook. So glad you guys are here. And speaking of Pampered Chef, I mean, when we think about gift giving, pretty sure, I think it was last year, year before, I got my mom that air fryer. Like, great gift giving solutions over there. So I know you have a busy fourth quarter coming up. And a couple of you that are on with me this morning joined us over in our virtual retreat on Friday. And we actually spent the day Friday mapping out our Q4 plan. So the cool thing that we're going to do here today with Make Money Monday is I'm going to give you some tools, resources, some things to go check out so you can carve out the time and do that on your own if you're not one of our pro and VIP members that hung out with us on Friday or catching the replay of it. But I got to say, this is the time to create a plan because fourth quarter is crazy. There's a lot happening, and without a plan, nothing good happens, right? We feel chaotic. We feel like we're in hustle mode all the time. We just feel like we're running around a little bit crazy. So we want to be really intentional about our plans, our goals, our strategies, and how we're building out our fourth quarter calendar. And I know it's just a few days away, but you still have time to create a plan. So don't say like, oh, 30 here, I'm just going to wing it. This is not the season to be winging it. So a couple of things on where to begin. And hey, Betsy, good to see you. Betsy is one of our pro members. She joined right before the virtual retreat to hop in on Friday. So it was so fun to see you there and to see you just be like, all right, I'm here for it. I'm in. Let's do this. Okay, so a couple of things that I would recommend. Number one, I want you to grab our template. So we have a 90-day plan quarterly template that's available for you totally free. It's over at moderndirectseller.com/90. Go ahead and grab that kind of template blank plan to start from. So as we're looking at that, a couple of things that I'd love for you to do first. Number one, I want you to mark off the time that you're not working. So I've already been really intentional over here in saying that, like, again, my son's birthday is on Thanksgiving this year. We have a little mini vacation in there also. So that week, while it is Black Friday week and we have some cool promos happening, I'm not planning on sitting here at my desk working during that week. So I'm actually crossing that entire week off of my plan because I don't want to commit to doing things that week. I want to have a plan ready, and so I can enjoy that week with my family and have, time to breathe and celebrate birthdays and not feel like I'm glued to my computer. So first off, I want you to grab that plan, mark off the days that you're not working. You're probably not working on Christmas. You're probably not working on New Year's Eve, right? Hopefully there's a few other days, whether you're traveling or celebrating, that you're blocking off your calendar completely. Those are days that you're not going to say yes to vendor events. You're not going to say yes to personal shopping appointments because you're really building this biz around this beautiful lifestyle that you're building. So we're going to start by marking off when we're not available. Second, we're going to mark when we are available and any major events, milestones, or dates that we need to make sure we know about. So for many direct sales companies, it's knowing when your holiday shipping cutoff date is. And even if they haven't officially announced that, I know sometimes they're waiting for post offices and shipping providers to let them know. You probably have an idea from last year if you've been in this business for over a year, or you can ask around. Typically for many, it's as early as like December 12th, December 15th, December 17th is usually kind of pushing it. So usually by about mid-December, you're going to see those shipping cutoff dates pass. And at that point, if you're doing any kind of sales activity, it's got to be like gift cards. It's got to be inventory on hand. And depending upon how you run your business, that's going to really help formulate that 90-day plan. Because that 90-day plan may actually look more like a 75-day plan because those last 2 weeks of December can often be a little bit quiet. So I want you to first block when we're not working, know when we are working, know when those major milestones are happening. Also, if you have any events you've already signed up for, definitely block that in. And then the other thing that I just want to mention that I think is so important, and we touched on this a little bit during our virtual retreat on Friday, but many of you have been doing this business for a while, right? At least those people I was hanging out with on Friday. A lot of people they've been around. They have customers that are consistent, that come back to them over and over again. So I would encourage you to plan a money-making event for your existing audience at least once a month. So plan something for October, November, December. It could be an open house. It could be a sip and shop. It could be a live sale. It could be a mystery party. It could be an online event. It could be a messenger chat. It could be a deal, no deal. It could be, the list goes on and on. A scroll and shop. You have so many options of what this looks like. But I don't want you to only be waiting for the next event to happen or the next person to ask you to shop, do a personal shopping appointment. I want you to leverage that existing customer base that you have and make sure that you have an excuse for them to shop with you each month. This might require a little creativity. This is probably going to require a little extra work because you're going to need to promote it and you're going to need to invite people to it. You're going to need to tell them about it. You're going to need to follow up with them. But we really want to get the most out of those existing customers that you've already built that know, like, trust factor with. And then the remaining activities on your calendar are going to be around getting in front of new audiences, finding new customers, getting in front of new people. And you might be using a referral system for that. You may be using a host program for that. You have lots of options, events, public events where strangers are walking by and shopping with you. Lots of ways to get those new leads into your business. So we're starting there. We got a plan. We got a monthly money-making event that's happening. We have days that we're not working. We have days that we are working. And then the next thing that I want you to layer in is some bigger project that you're working to accomplish in the next 90 days. So over in our VIP Pro Retreat last week, we heard all kinds of things, from earning the trip to reaching that promotion, to inviting new people onto your team, to acquiring new customers, to launching a website, creating a presence on YouTube, starting to blog, right? So there's lots of different big projects. A lot of these have to do with systems. I'm going to launch into email marketing. I am going to create a content strategy. So I'm creating that long form content and then I'm dripping out my short form content into social content. So if you're going that route, by the way, new training, I have it linked up to this video in partnership with CintShare, and it is so good. It's so good. I'm really excited about it. It's all about getting seen and making sales. So definitely grab that. I'll drop the link actually over into the chat so you guys have it. I think it's a little bit more clickable that way. Okay, so whatever that big plan is, we are going to take that plan and then we're going to break it down into 3 big milestones at the end of October, end of November, end of December, right? So 1 big plan, 3 milestones, and then we're breaking it down to weekly tasks. And this is where sometimes we don't get that far. We're like, here's the big goal. I'm putting it out there. I'm going to pin it up on my bulletin board, but we don't get into the actual specifics of how we're going to accomplish that. We want to get into the tactics here, right? So in that weekly plan, you're going to fill out each and every week what you're doing to reach that bigger goal or that next milestone on your list. This feels a little tedious. It feels like a little bit of work, but I'm telling you, a little ChatGPT can help you map out a plan if that's not your forte, but definitely break it down into weekly activities. Once we have those weekly activities, then you have a plan for the entire quarter. This is something that you can keep on your desk. You can refer back to at the start of the week to keep yourself on track. It's pretty incredible what you can accomplish in a 90-day period, right? We shared some of those big wins on our retreat on Friday, and it was super cool to hear what people had. I mean, everything from launching a website to creating a presence on YouTube to growing their team by hundreds to bringing in new customers, just really, really cool things that people have done, completely rebranding, launching digital products. Like there were some big wins that were shared of what they accomplished in the last few 90-day cycles. So Q4, so many possibilities in front of you. So don't limit yourself. Keep that in front of you. Work that plan throughout the 4th quarter and make the most of it, right? This is when people are out there, they're spending. All of our data, we have a podcast dropping tomorrow on some Q4 trends. Definitely check out that episode, because on that episode, we're talking a little bit about how people are spending this year, what kind of deals, discounts they're looking for, and the fact that it is the 4th quarter and people are still gift giving. They might be cutting back in some other areas, but they're still looking for great gifts. They're still looking for great solutions for their family. People are still spending. And when they're spending, we want them to spend with us, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that more on the podcast. Definitely catch that episode. And then for those inside the Academy, I also just want to call this out again. Next week, we're doing a Black Friday workshop. So we know that your company is going to have specials and deals, and you're probably not going to find out about them until a couple days before the holiday, right? So we're going to talk about how you can build out those your own campaigns, those money-making activities each and every month. And we have a guest expert, Steph Paradiso from Inspired Social Co., coming in to facilitate that workshop for us. If you're not yet in the Academy, come sneak in and join us. You can pop into that workshop. It's happening next week. So with that said, I am super excited about all the goodness to come in the 4th quarter. We are cheering you on. Go grab that 90-day plan template if you don't have it already. moderndirectseller.com/90. And from there, print it out, fill it out, block off those dates, set your plan into motion, and let's make it a really profitable 4th quarter. So finish up September strong. October is right around the corner. All right. Thanks everyone for being here. I look forward to seeing you back here next week, same time, same place. If you found this valuable, click the share button, share it with your team, your biz besties, and anyone that you think would love to hear it. Thanks so much. Have a good one.